Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Make sure you guys check out my boy King Sound's new hip-hop and rap album, King Talk, available on all digital platforms of Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, the whole nine. The link will be in the description, and I'll post it in the comment section. Check it out. All right, man, most of us men out here looking rough. I got to go see my personal barber. But, yeah, Keith Thurman, Boxing News 24, I guess they might have got it from inside PBC episode they did, or they digitally streaming episode they pre-recorded. And he named his hit list and says that he's open to fight Terrence Crawford, and Errol Spence wasn't part of his hit list. His excuse this time is because of the car accident and nobody knows his hit list. I'm not going to hold you up, but the article is in the description of the article link. His hit list is Manny Pacquiao, obviously Danny Garcia, Adrien, Broner, and Terrence Crawford. So we'll talk a little bit about the other opponents on this list, thumbs up or thumbs down. But let's talk about him, you know, what he said about Terrence Crawford. Appreciate everybody for coming back. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Don't forget to check out my boy King Sound's new album, man. The album link will be in the description, and I'll pin it in the community tab as well. So check it out, man. Show the brother some love, man. Appreciate it. It's already a nice day. I'm actually doing all my videos in the morning today. Or shit, this might be the afternoon almost. I was playing Warzone last night. One of my subs put me on Warzone. We had hella fun, man. So I'll be playing that shit again tonight, God willing. I gotta get his name. I'm giving him a shout out, man. We play tonight. But if you want to hop on Call of Duty, man, Motor C Smoke 3. It's my gamer tag, man. But yeah, Crawford, you know, he said if the offer is decent, he'll fight Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, you know, say if it was, you know, the 20 million Errol Spence asking for or some ludicrous offer. But, you know, what you see is not always what you get through the media. But he is in a position where, you know, if you're not going to fight Errol, which that's what my preference is for Keith to finally fight Errol. If you're not going to fight Errol, give me a minute. If you're not going to fight Errol, then it's at the point where you're going to have to, you know, fight Terrence, you know, and that's just, you know, what the situation is and what it's just gonna bring to the table, man, because, you know, you say you want to be at the top of the division. You can't get Pacquiao. We all know Pacquiao, his preference. But Pacquiao said, I'm not running the fade with you again. I beat you, you know, his mind convincingly. I don't really think it was a gap. I felt that Keith Thurman edged it out. Just my personal opinion. But people don't like Keith Thurman. And when the popular opinion is against you, then you don't have nobody riding for you. And that's what people got to understand. The brothers wasn't riding for Keith Thurman because he froze out Errol Spence, which they are hypocrites because Errol Spence is freezing out Terrence Crawford in the same way. You feel what I'm saying? But that's another conversation for another day. And, you know, he need to go ahead and fight Terrence Crawford. You can't just sit there and talk all this shit about the guy, how he too small, he ain't fought nobody. Dude, at the end of the day, if the dude ain't fought nobody, show us. He ain't got nobody to fight. He's saying your name. How the champion chasing challengers? That makes no sense. How's a champion chasing challengers? That just tell you how messed up this generation of boxing is. A champion shouldn't be chasing no challenger, man. You know, and Keith Thurman and him need to sit down and talk and make a fight happen. Can Keith Thurman win the fight? Absolutely. Keith Thurman, in my opinion, is stylistically the toughest matchup for Bud at 147 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I think Shawn Porter is also tough for anybody in the division. And, you know, he said a decent offer. So, you know, at the end of the day, if I'm Crawford, I'm getting on the horn with Big Bob, or old Bob, you know, Bob the Builder, Aaron, and, you know, tell him to send him an offer, see what you want to talk about. If we got to fight Kell Brook and towards the end of next year, if we got enough time with the corona going around, the Robro, or next year, or it could be early next year, we can get something popping with Keith. You know what I'm saying? We can get something definitely popping with Keith. So, you know, Terrence need to oblige that. He need to go out there, talk to Bob, send an offer. Because what do Keith Thurman got to offer if he don't fight Errol Spence? He don't really bring, you know, nothing else to the table. We seen him fight Shawn. We seen him fight Danny. We see you fight Pacquiao. Only thing you got to offer is to move up to your natural weight class, 154 pounds, and try to beat bigger guys with your, speed, your explosiveness, your footwork, your intellect, all that, your ring IQ. He got all that to move up. I don't know if he physically got enough to be successful, but I want to see Keith Thurman and Terrence Crawford. I would prefer Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, but he talked about Errol Spence getting into the car accident and said nobody know if he's going to be the same. He said he might have a jaw injury. And I still think he would rather shoot the fade with Terrence than Keith Thurman. And style makes fights. People try to use the triangle theory. It don't really work because I believe Errol Spence is a tough fight for Keith Thurman with his style. And I believe Errol Spence is an easier fight, is easier work for Terrence Crawford with his style. But also think Keith Thurman is a tough style for Terrence Crawford to go against. But once again, we seen Terrence Crawford outbox Amir Khan when, we ain't never really witnessed that happen. We seen him stretch and he made him quit. But Keith Thurman is a different dynamic. Keith Thurman is he got a lot of better ring IQ than Amir Khan do, in my opinion. But, I want to see it happen, dog. I prefer Thurman and Spence just to get that shit over with. Obviously, Spence got 2 mandatories. Keith done tuned up enough. Keith need to jump back in the waters and fight Thurman next then. If not, fight Bud next. If not then, then y'all both take, small fights. Kill Brook, Terrence take care of him. Like Will Stay Real TV, that ain't no easy fight for him. He can't overlook Kill. And then Errol, Keith can take a tune up and then they can meet, early next year if it's enough time this year. It makes sense if Keith really want to get Pacquiao, get a belt, or you can go to the hard route in your opinion. Get Errol Spence 2 belts when his time is over with, and then try to get Pacquiao. But Pacquiao, they throwing his name in with Mikey Garcia, Ryan Garcia. What he doing is the watered down version of Mayweather. Well, Mayweather doing the watered down version of his plan. Mayweather fought, MMA guys and boxing rings to get their money. He gonna fight Mikey, and then Ryan Garcia gonna be a gimmick. He gonna fight some kind of, younger guys that really ain't a threat and really ain't seasoned enough. He gonna just decapitate them and pad his legacy and get that bread, man. But, Terrence Crawford need to send that offer. Depending on, man, call Keith Thurman personally, say, hey, man, what it's going to take for you to get in the ring? I know you need to tune up, or you don't want to tune up, what it's going to take, where you want the fight to happen at. We got Madison Square Garden, got the Barclays, you know what I'm saying? You want to come to Omaha, we got LA, got Vegas. Let me know, you know what I'm saying? Because once you've been in big fights, you don't want to take a step down. You know what I'm saying? Like Errol, he was in a big fight with Shawn. He had a good fight with Mikey. A lot of brothers came out supporting him. Good fight with Shawn. That was an amazing fight. I wouldn't mind paying for it. And then you don't really want to take a step down, but Danny Garcia, he bring a lot of money. He bring a lot of fans to the table. So he really not. So he's still kind of progressing. But Keith Thurman was on a whole different level, with Pacquiao. And he don't want to step down for real, not in the long term. So he want to keep moving up. And if he could beat Terrence, that makes him more of an attractive opponent for everybody. And, that gave him a claim for pound number 1, which he ain't really never been pound for pound for real, because he never enjoyed it, because he wasn't active when people were saying he was 9'10", 7'6" in the pound for pound list. So he never got into time to soak it in and capitalize on his momentum at 147. But he did go on to say that he named Adrien Broner as an opponent. And I can see him coming back tuning up versus Broner. But nobody want to see Broner. Broner don't punch. You know what I'm saying? And Keith Thurman don't get knockouts no more. So, if Broner go into safe mode, will Keith Thurman be offensive enough? Or if he get offensive, will he hurt his elbow? Will he hurt his hands? Will he hurt his ass? Will he hurt his ankles? You know what I'm saying? If he ain't going to stretch Adrien Broner, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Adrien Broner in there posturing and Adrien Broner done. Like I said before, they need to make him the senior marketing of boxer executive of PBC. He needs a job in the front office to market these fighters. You know what I'm saying? To show how their marketability. You send them back to school, to get the game real quick, and he can show these guys how to market. How to market themselves. He can show these dudes, he can help them get branding from Nike and Adidas and do commercials and send Broner back to do that. Broner done. Broner don't move his hands. Broner ain't run in a few years. Why the fuck would I want to see him in the ring? Excuse my French, with Keith Thurman. I don't want to see him in the ring with nobody. I don't want to see him in the ring with an amateur. I don't want to see him, nowhere. I don't want to see him eat green eggs and ham. Not on the moon, not on the roof, not on the trunk. I don't want to see him fight no more. It's a wrap. Even though him and Thurman will do good numbers at the Barclays Centers, but we already know the outcome unless Keith Thurman hurt himself. So that's a fight that people wanted to see when Broner had the WBA belt. You know what I'm saying? 1 second. Yeah, my bad to start over, man. But I don't want to see Broner fight no more, man. You know, unless he get it together, he move his hands, or he been working on his craft while he been gone. Nobody want to see Broner fight no more. It's a wrap on Broner, man. And Broner just need to move on. You know, so I don't want to see no Keith Thurman and Adrien Broner, bro. I understand that'll do good numbers, but it's a hollow fight. It's nothing. It tells me nothing new about Keith Thurman. Is it a glorified tune-up match that's gonna get the fans' juices pumping? Yeah, but what does it really mean? You know, Keith Thurman just gonna be in there punching a punching bag, basically. He ain't gonna punch back. So that's my personal opinion on it. He didn't mention Shawn Porter. Obviously, Shawn Porter, for him, I beat Shawn Porter he beat Shawn Porter 3-4 years ago. It was a tough fight. It could have went either way. Not sure if Shawn Porter is saying his name or not. But you know, it is what it is, man. You know, as far as that aspect of things going. We talked about Pacquiao. I don't think Pacquiao's going to rematch him at all, and it ain't too much nothing he can do about it. Pacquiao, you know, he signed a new management team. He's still willing to work with PBC, it sounds like. But we gotta see where it roll for Manny, man, and what Manny mind thinking of. But he already said he ain't giving Thurman a rematch. Danny Garcia, only because Danny Garcia is a took-your-puller. That's the only reason he said Danny over Shawn, and Shawn really don't move no tickets. You know, we gotta see what his newfound fame is like after losing to Errol Spence. You know, slightly in some people's opinion. Some people had it wide, but his stock grew. You know, but excuse me. Excuse me, sneeze. But hey, we got to see the way it roll for him, man. To be honest, man, and I'm, you know, obviously I want to see Keith Thurman fight Bud, or fight Spence first, fight Bud, and then, you know, he can do what the fuck he want to do after that. But hey, let me know what you guys think. I linked the article in the description. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to me any of those platforms. If you got a, you know, donation. You got a video request, business acquired, sponsorship, video request, got a donation, Cash App, PayPal in the description. Best way to donate, share the video, one time for one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow.